Hello, my friends. How are we doing today? What up, Flips, Bray, Bunny, Glasses, Nathaniel, Juice, Pureless, Ted, TP? How we all doing? Nothing gonna happen? Do you know how these streams go, dude? Come on, guys. I need time to set up. We don't just jump straight into it. I gotta do my thing. What up, Bimby? We can hear you but not see you. We got some new people to stream today, huh? Nothing about this stream has been off of what normally happens on this stream. And if you are new, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Welcome on in. We're happy to have you. But nothing new going on today. What up, Kretz? What up, Christopher? What up, DNF? Quite the week, huh? Poor Pyro's still waiting for you to come back to VC? No, he's not. Hey, I was back at 8:15. Everyone was already gone. I was gonna join back, but everyone left. There was no one in there. Is that a new man in the background? Fuck you talking about. Yeah, I was back at like 8:15. I was back like 45 minutes after I left, but the call had already disintegrated. Beanie Ethan looks different. Good different or bad different? Not that I really care, but I am curious. I need Beanie because hair bad. Hair very bad. And haircut tomorrow. Haircut not today. So I'm just wearing the hat. Does the beanie prevent gamer headphone dent? No. No, I already have the dent in the I have a dent in the back of my head. Spring break is almost over and now dopamine is difficult to come by. You just rode high on dopamine for spring break for a while. I think you got to come back down eventually. Barbos, you are officially Blade Bias canon. I'm never going to mention it officially on Blade Bias, but this isn't Blade Bias. Did you guys enjoy April Fool's Blade Bias? Did you guys like the channel becoming a gaming channel for the day? Your YouTube got deleted. I'm sorry to hear that, Flips. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun little project to switch to gaming for a little bit. Especially Rocket Ramble, because Rocket Ramble was funny. It wasn't even that was like a... It's not even that was like an April Fool's thing. It was legitimately an idea that Ty and I have had for 4 or 5 years now to make a podcast while mindlessly playing Rocket League, and we decided that April Fool's would be the perfect time to actually make it come to life. So how do you know that April Fool's Day isn't an April Fool's joke and it's not actually till the next day? Huh? Basically anyone... Yeah, L viewer, anyone, because I just knew that fucking guy is some CS idiot who thinks anyone who plays Valorant is stupid, and I was just like, I'm not dealing with this right now. I'm not dealing with this right now. Yeah, I also had a stroke understanding that. You should basically just assume that anything that you see on April 1st isn't true. Unless they specifically say it's not an April Fool's joke. Generally, like the bro code is like, if you don't say it's an April Fool, if you say it's an April Fool's joke, or if you say it's not an April Fool's joke, then it probably isn't. But you know, your mileage may vary because different people are different. I also just realized that's why my camera looks so off, because I don't have the light on. Also, the light There we go. Now I actually have some depth to me. I was wondering why it was so freaking, what's the word? I was wondering why it was so flat. I actually use this light. I use this light to record a little short film. Ty has inspired me to make a little short film. I don't know if I'm actually going to ever release it, but I am going to edit it together and see if it's good. What up, Beaver? What up, Cerulean? Static Knives actually got me with his Insta post. Dude, Static Knives is... Static Knives and everyone kind of went out all out. I think Contraption Collection won my personal favorite Balisong community April Fool's joke. But my favorite April Fool's joke in general was Linus Tech Tips. Linus becoming, if anyone saw that video, Linus becoming a parody of Andrew Tate was the funniest shit that I have ever seen. Doing that shitpost Blade Bias video kind of made me want to record an actual Blade Bias video. I'm sure you could. You could fill in Ty's upload days a few times and help him out. Static basically, yeah, he said he was going to use the blade design. I think that's what he said. We'll talk about the case over here, including the Cycloid in just a minute. I want to talk about April Fools really quick though, because I genuinely do think Contraption Collection had my favorite one. The Squiddy CCC was good. It was good, but I don't really know if I don't know if it's my favorite. I was laughing so much harder at Contraption Collection's video, because he was just going down the list, hitting every single stereotype he could, and it was amazing. It was amazing. What are your thoughts on the bevel aesthetics controversy? I'm going here. You know what, chat? I will tell you my 2 cents, because I think the post doesn't have comments anymore, so no one can read what I think of it. I'm going to say one thing. I'm going to say my side. We are not going to discuss it. It is not up for debate, and no one is going to talk about it the rest of the stream. Deal? That's the only way that I talk about it at all. Is if it's right now and it ends. Because I'm so sick of it, and so are you, I can tell. Everyone is sick of this stupid drama. I'm going to say my 2 cents on it. My 2 cents, in my opinion, are not up to debate. I personally don't care how you feel about the issue. I'm going to be completely honest. And we're going to move on. Okay? So, both sides are in the wrong. Bevel Aesthetics, I think, is more in the wrong. The Transcendence Flips team did not handle it as well as they could have. That being said, the fact that the community is asking people to just shut up and stand by idly while someone posts an actually hateful thing is insane. The fact that this community actually said that you should just ignore it and go away is disgusting to me. Because we're sitting there allowing actual hateful shit to be posted and then just expecting the people who are affected by it to just brush it off. We shouldn't be expected to do that. We should call out people who are being shitty. We have to do it in the right way, which the Transcendence Flips group didn't exactly do. But to say to ignore it is just insanely unfair to the people who actually are affected by that kind of thing. That being said, Bevel said some terrible shit. Transcendence was being a bit confrontational to begin with. No one is really a great side here. Kind of sucked. Whole situation kind of sucked. And that's basically it. Bevel is an insanely confrontational person. I personally unfollowed him because of it, because I've had my share of things with him in the past, and this was just kind of the thing that pushed me over the edge. So I unfollowed him. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. But to say that the people who were affected by it should have just stayed quiet and never should have brought it up at all. I'm not saying they didn't bring it up. I'm not saying they brought it up in the right way. They should have brought it up in the right way. But to say to not bring it up at all is wrong, in my opinion. Anyway. Oh, also, the fact that who's talking about politics? The original post that brought on all the shit in the first place was completely wrong, because he's over here talking about radical left and radical right, and then goes on to describe two very different mindsets that doesn't have anything to do with politics whatsoever. So the fact that people are bringing politics into this is insane to me, because you don't have to be on a political spectrum to be trans or to not be trans. That's not how it works. Okay, that's my air it out. That's my dirty laundry. That's what we say. And it's not up for debate. LGBTQ stuff does not fall under politics. You don't have to be on the political spectrum to be gay. But yeah, the whole situation... Now this can be up for debate, because the whole situation has made me... I see you shared this, Ted. The whole situation has made me question the Balisong community entirely. Seeing the hate from kind of both sides, seeing the hate from both sides, to be completely honest, made me sit here and question what I'm even doing here. I know that, like, Balisongs said that he was taking an Instagram break because of it. I was legitimately 10 seconds away from posting something that said that I don't want to interact with the community for like 2 weeks. Very close. Because the whole thing was just a shit show. Oh, no, for sure, Christopher. Put aside all of, like, the stuff. Like, he's just an insanely confrontational person who focuses entirely on being right all the time. I know this because I've talked to him before about a very trivial thing, and he got very upset with me about it. And ever since then, I've just kind of avoided the guy. So yeah, that's the 2 cents. I wouldn't mind a smaller, safer area of the community. I wouldn't mind cutting myself off entirely from the community. To be completely honest, the whole I'm disappointed in the whole community, to be honest. Because we have people who feel like they can't express themselves in our community, who feel like they're completely shunned from the community because of the hate coming from both sides. It's been demotivating. It's been demotivating. It's been disappointing. It's been angering. It's been every emotion under the sun that has made me question my place in this community. Perfectly fine to disagree with something, but it's not okay to tramp on someone else's beliefs. I have trouble understanding what you're going for with that. Because I see a lot of people saying, oh, if people didn't agree with Bevel, they should have just unfollowed him. I don't think we should just stand idly by and watch people post like hateful things on their story. I think people should be called out for that shit. If we want to make a better community, we can't just ignore the people that are making it bad. But you have to do it in the right way. Be like me and just use YouTube and Discord so you don't have to deal with it. I have been considering it, TP. I have been considering it. We need to craft a better community on all sides. But the events of the past few days have made me question if that's even possible. Disagree about a lot of stuff that other people think. I just don't go out of my way to say it. And it's kind of not even our place to say it. It's our place to be accepting of people. But it's not our place. I don't share personal... I mean, I don't really have any crazy political beliefs. My only political belief that I could really say is that we shouldn't have boomers trying to regulate technology that don't understand what technology is, which I think is a pretty tame political take, which is why I'm okay saying it. But like, even still, it's not my place to share those things on a Balisong story. I don't think politics has anything to do with it, Remshi. It's just someone was being hateful and they got called out. They weren't called out in the best way, but whatever. Anyway, we're not bringing it here. We are not bringing it here. I've said my piece. We've discussed it a little bit. Now let's move on. Let's move on. We're going to be an escape from the rest of the community. We're not going to bring it all that shit in here. Anyways, what did you think about the Cycloid V2? Yes! Is good. Is good. This feels... The Cycloid V2 feels like a toy that you use to teach... Stick with me here. To teach kids about a topic. Like... Oh gosh, I don't know how to say this. It's a really cool training tool to teach yourself about what different distribution... what am I saying? About what distributions can affect the balance of a Balisong. Ooh, if I pop a weight out here, how will it affect that? If I pop a weight down here, how will it affect that? So, like, experimenting is most of the fun of this thing. It's a good flipper. But unfortunately, yeah, everyone join the Discord. Link in the description. But unfortunately, the weight distribution is my biggest problem with it, because unfortunately all of the weight is down here, and the ASA that Zippy uses in the rest of the handles weigh basically nothing, as opposed to something like the FlipForge Edit Lite, where the rest of the plastic makes up a considerable mass and it allows it to feel relatively well distributed. Even though there is weight focused at the end of the handles, you don't really feel it. But the ASA in these handles is much lighter, which means that basically from here to here, it's like a paper. It's like paper. And then down here, it's like metal. So the weight distribution for me in the handles specifically isn't the best. I find myself wishing that the weight was just distributed through the handles a little bit more. But having said all that, this is still an extraordinarily good flipper. I really like it. And it's really fun to experiment. Like, I can't understate enough how cool it is to literally just... I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull out the spacers like raw. Usually I have like a tissue or a cloth or something. To be able to take this spacer that's ingrained in the end of the handle, pull it out, and have immediate access to weights and balance distributions and all of that. It's crazy. And the coolest part, there's no hardware, and the sandwiches just come apart. Like, how cool is that? How cool is that? There's no hardware. You can just pull them out, pop the weights out, put it back in, you're off to the races. It's wonderful. It's actually wonderful. Now, you can really see how much the handles don't weigh anything here, because then when you try and fan it, nothing really happens, but kind of to be expected. And then when I'm done, I just take this, put the handles together, I just slide that shit back in there. Or if you're me, you do it the wrong way because you're an idiot. You make sure that the sandwich is closed, the sandwich together is closed, and then you put the spacer in. You put the spacer in the right way this time. Slide it in there. And boom. You have a new weight distribution. It's so cool. If there was a Bally that you could take out the spacers like an SD card, this is probably the closest that we're going to get. As far as like hardware-less. I was very skeptical of using hardware-less spacers to keep the handles together, because your first thought is it's going to fall out when you drop it. But trust me when I say that the fit of them is so strong that if you're dropping this and the spacers are falling out, you've got bigger issues to worry about. Bro could have helped to have the weight insert thingies throughout the whole sandwich. I think that would be very interesting. If you do something like the Tay Flipper, which has the 3 sections, and the whole spacer is like a faux channel, essentially, and then you can distribute the weight however you want. Ooh, that would be really, really cool. Because, like I said before, my biggest problem with the Cycloid V2 is the weight distribution. It's all weight in the end of the handles, and that's fine for some people. Don't get me wrong. Like the Kraken trainer has a lot of weight in the end of the handles, and that's good. But on a plastic Balisong, I personally prefer something a bit more neutral, because it's plastic. You don't really want it like just gluing itself to your finger. Like the Calico. The Calico's good. I just would prefer if that was distributed through the handles a little bit more. So I would like to see it distributed a little better here, but what we have now is a really solid flipper that you can change the balance to literally whatever you want, because just taking out a single ball from the blade causes a noticeable difference in the flipping experience of the Cycloid, and everything else about it is great. The bearings are great. Believe it or not, the tang pins on a plastic Balisong work really well. It looks amazing. It flips really well. It's a really solid Balisong. And I think that the weight distribution issue is fixed a little bit. I currently have taken out... here we go. I currently have, you can see here, I have the 2 discs taken out. You see the watch batteries in there? They're not watch batteries, but I took 2 discs out of each of the spacers. Well, 1 disc out of each of the spacers, 2 total. And it fixed the weight distribution issue quite a bit. I still think it could be tuned a little bit, but then you'd probably lose momentum and whatever. You said bearings and great. How is it different than other bearings? I'm not a bearings hater. I like bearings. I think bearings are good. Zippy bearings especially, though, are basically frictionless, and you can't feel them whatsoever. It's like a bushing implementation with the frictionless nature of the swing of bearings. It's really, really good. Because he has race washers and caged bearings and all this crazy stuff that I don't really understand, but it feels really, really smooth. I'd be slightly worried about durability. I'm guessing things are held together by pins or friction. In one case, the fitment might degrade each time you reassemble it. Not too concerned about that because of just how hard it is to take apart. And also, the spacers are made out of a rubbery material, so I'm not too concerned about them degrading. Also, you can see... You can see how it stays in there. There's a spindle kind of thing. You guys aren't going to be able to see it because I can't refocus my camera. But there's a spindle. It starts out thin and then it expands up at the top. I wouldn't really be too concerned about that system wearing out. I mean, maybe it could. I'm not saying it's impossible. But with the fitment of it and how it feels and the way that it goes in there, it's not something that I'm terribly concerned about. One caveat with the Cycloid is that lube can darken the nylon blade. It's not really as much of a caveat as you would think, because you shouldn't be lubing your bearings anyway. Bearings don't require lubrication. At least not, I'm not going to be putting my carbon honey in my Cycloid anytime soon. Oh, my chat isn't auto-scrolling. Oopsies. What up, AFU? Yeah, you don't need oil bearings. Moisture, someone brought this up. Moisture will darken the blade. You can kind of see that my blade is darker above the areas that you can actually touch. Because when I was trying to take the balls out of the blade, I had a lot of like sweat kind of, that's gross, but it's true, right here. And also just the rest of the blade kind of just absorbs moisture. But that's the sort of thing that it won't be as bright gray as the day you got it, but once it gets to a certain point, it can't really get any darker, so. What's the first Balisong trainer I should buy if my budget is below $40? You shouldn't buy anything if your budget's below $40, to be completely honest with you. You should save up for like a Nibali's Lightning, which is like $45, which is the only real sub $40 or sub $50 Balisong that I can recommend. I would say the diode, but I don't really like the diode that much. And now that I have the Cycloid, I'm not as afraid to say that I don't like the diode because it's just kind of meh. So yeah, save your money. Edit? The Edit's $75. I mean, the Edit Lite is $50, but that's even more than the Nibali's Lightning. The Nibali's Lightning is, if you want a first Balisong, it's a pretty solid first Balisong for $45. Oh, someone asked earlier what plastic Balisong I would recommend to people. I think it's still going to be the Edit Lite. I think the Edit Lite is by far still my favorite plastic flipper. And it is just really cool. It's distributed really well. It flips really well. I fucking love it. It's amazing. It is amazing. And the price to performance, like $50 for something that flips that good. You can't really beat that. You can't really beat that. Did you see the new Nibali's thing? I did. I'm very curious what they're going to do with the new Nibali's thing. Because the Vulp is off of Amazon. Are they going to put the Vulp... Or are they going to put the new Nibali's thing on Amazon to, like, replace the Vulp? Or what's going to go on there? Should I watch the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy backwards in Spanish for the 14th time this month? Or make my own squiddy out of entirely prehistoric mammoth bone? I have no idea. You know, for the first time, I don't think I'm able to answer that one, Brandon. No, it's certainly going to be more expensive than the Vault, but, like, it's not a good look to have a trainer taken off your Amazon store and then immediately after list a new trainer on your Amazon store. That's basically the same thing when you break it down. It's aluminum. It's a trainer blade with a bottle opener that's made out of steel. Like, you know what I mean? If you break it down to its very, very bare minimum. Why do you prefer the Edit Lite over the normal Edit? I'm just wondering because the normal Edit has more customization. What do you mean by more customization, DNF? They don't have to share money with Will. I don't think they're concerned. I think the Vulp sold so well that they are not concerned about sharing with Will. Who gave you the Balisongs? No, I didn't actually buy them. These, which we'll break into, I guess now, were sent to me by Ted in chat. Ted Flips. So thank you. Thanks, Ted. These are all great. I like these. We have a custom live Arctic, a Kraken Trainer V3, an Olympus Industries Prime, and a custom live Mako. I also just paused the music because I touched my headphones, so sorry about that. The Arctic is live too. That's why I got it, because Ty likes the Mako, so he got the live Mako. I like the Arctic, so I got the live Arctic. It only makes sense. Live Mako, where do I get? Ted, I know the Arctic is sold. Is the Mako sold? Because I know you're selling everything in this case. I'm leaving Balisong flipping and selling my whole collection. That seems to be the theme of this week. TX Blades. I need to add that to the description of the Blade Bias videos that I recorded. Which I think the Prime video is going to go out tomorrow. I actually have to put that together and upload it still. When I say customization, I mean the weight distribution. Okay, so I prefer the Edit Lite because the Edit Lite out of the box has the perfect weight distribution for my tastes. For how I flip, for my tastes, the balances that I like, the Edit Lite has a perfect balance and weight distribution, whereas the Edit hasn't exactly reached that yet. There were changes made. FlipForge has taken my feedback into account and has changed both the Tonto and the Crescent Blade for the Edit very slightly. He added a bit more tip weight to the Crescent Blade, and I think he pushed the weights in the Tonto Blade up a little bit so that there was more towards the tip. And so maybe when I get those, I'll prefer the Edit, but right now the Edit Lite is like the distribution, the balance, all of it is perfect to me. And the Edit doesn't exactly get there, so I prefer the Edit Lite. You edit Blade Bias videos? Only to put them together. So what my camera does is whenever a file gets over a certain like size, it splits the file up into 2 video files. So like if I go over 9 minutes usually, it'll split it into 2 files, and then I have to put them together through an editing software and then render it and do that. And the Prime video I think is like 16 minutes long, so I have to put that into an editor and slap it together. But no, we don't do anything else to Blade Bias videos. Blade Bias videos are simply just very easy edits. Stream editing, there's nothing to stream. I put something in, I put something else in, I put them together, and then I render it. And rendering it takes like 20 minutes and eats up all the resources on my computer. So I can't stream while I render it. And rendering is the most time-consuming part. The only Bally I've seen go far in ass and tip weight is the Calico. Cycloid V2 as well. It's not as extreme as the Calico, but it is still sort of in that vein in my opinion. But yeah, you guys want to talk about this stuff? Is there anything in this case that anyone specifically wants to hear about? Well, you're wrong. The Edit is better than the Lite. You're like that guy on Blade Bias who said that the Impusa is the Empress is objectively worse than the Impusa because channel handles are easier to make than sandwich handles are easier to make than channel handles. That was fun. Kraken or Mako? Okay, so the Kraken. Ted, Ted, do you know how to get these inserts? I almost said stupid inserts. They're not stupid, but like, do you have any idea how to get them out? Because I would really like to get them out so I can try this thing like fully stock. I cannot get these things out. I assume it's not just to poke it, because then I feel like you would break it, but I don't really know another way to do it. So I've just left them in for now. Drill them out. I can't drill them out. I know they're not doing a whole lot, but I still want to make sure of that, you know? So the Kraken Trainer V3, it's really good. It is really, really... No, I can't destroy them, guys. You're supposed to be able to put them back in. I can't just take a knife and... Oh my god. Anyway. So the Kraken Trainer V3, really, really good. Is it... No, I could... This is not mine, Farbos. These are other people. This is someone else's. It's still not a live blade. Still not a live Kraken. So, if you're getting... Oh, if these were mine, I would absolutely take a knife to them. But I can't. I can't do that. Still not a live blade Kraken. Still needs a bit of, you know, tip weight. All the tip weight people were right. It needs a little more tip weight, I think. But it's really, really good. I think it's much better. I think... Why do I keep... My brain is just moving at 1,000 miles an hour today. It's not... It needs a little more tip weight. It is really good. I really, really like it. It's much better than the 2.5, but I don't think it's a crazy upgrade from the 2.5, to be completely honest with you. Like, if you're looking for a new trainer, the Kraken Trainer V3 might be the best trainer in that price range easily. But if you're looking to upgrade your 2.5, I don't know if it's as crazy of an upgrade as you'd probably be looking for. Now, what is an upgrade is the jimping and the texturing. The texturing in the faces is very different, or is a bit deeper, but it's still very subtle. So you can very much so easily feel it now, as opposed to before you couldn't really feel it, but it's still a very subtle texture. And the jimping is by far some of the best jimping that I have ever felt on a Balisong. It's a bit sharper, it's way more grippy, it's just really, really good. So the handle upgrades that they did are objectively just better. The grip goes crazy. They can be removed with a pen or finger. I tried both of those. I have a pen right here. I tried both of those. They don't exactly come out. I'm also worried about damaging the Balisong in some way. Zippy says that they don't affect flipping. Yeah, I'm just not even going to try. But at the end of the day, you're putting plastic. This is still weight. It's very little weight, but it is still weight, and it is going to affect things ever so slightly. Looks like you need to hit the gym buddy. No, I just don't want to. If this was mine, again, I could get them out very easily. But I don't want to break Ted's Kraken, especially since he's trying to sell the damn thing. You just don't. AFU, relax, homie. Relax. Okay, we'll do the Mako next. AFU, AFU. Chill. Chill, bro. This is the Mako. I have nothing to say about it. It's cool. It flips good. That's about it. I just, to be completely honest though, I have nothing to say about it. The only thing that I will say is that Squid's Bead Blast on the Mako kind of sucks. I really don't like it. It doesn't feel good at all. The bead blast on these handles is kind of like G10, but like worse. I don't know. And unfortunately, the blade slaps the inside of the handle. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but that's a little annoying. But yeah, that's the Mako. The pink's cool. This is my first time seeing the pink. The pink is very cool. The blade is sharp. It's just not like the sharpest thing in the world. Like I can run my finger across it without too much of an issue, but it will cut something. Like this paper bag. It'll cut. It's just not incredibly sharp. But yeah, it flips good. It's a very basic flipper. It probably flips similarly to what a normal Mako would flip like. Yeah, the Arctic is way sharper. The Arctic would actually give you a ring of shame. That would probably scratch you, but I don't really think it would give you a ring of shame at all. The Arctic, on the other hand, is actually sharp, and actually, as you can see, has an edge to it. So that's pretty cool. As far as how it flips, again, I don't have too much to say about it. The zippy end things are cool. They're pretty cool. They stick out. Ted, are these prototypes? Or are these like actual... Later, F are these actual, like... If I buy Arctic spacers right now, is this what they come like? Because I can't lie, I don't like them very much. They stick out and they make flipping it a little uncomfortable. The jimping is supposed to stick out some. Yes, so the jimping is up here. The part that sticks out goes way down here. The actual spacer itself that goes around the pivot through the handle sticks out. So that's not the best, but whatever. This is a cool Balisong. Again, I don't have too much to say about it because it's just like a one-off thing. It flips pretty good. It's more neutral than the Arctic, but I think the balance overall is a bit better than the Arctic. Like, it's still handle biased, but just with a little bit more neutrality to it. And it's silver. I like the silver. I like the polish. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool piece. The blade is a little rough, but again, it's not like I'm reviewing it, so, you know. Now, my favorite thing in the whole box, which no one seems to care about. This is a solid flipper. This is a very fun flipper. G10 titanium scales, Bowie trainer blade. It reminds you. It reminds me of a rep as well. It's like if a rep was built from the ground up to be a trainer. The G10 feels good, which is the first time I can ever say that for G10. No, it's titanium. Yeah. The G10 is the best G10 that I have felt on a Balisong yet. It has these wonderfully rounded handles. I love round handles personally, and I don't really own any rounded handle Balisongs. I think the most round Balisong I own is like the Kraken, but this has like wonderfully rounded handles. It feels good. It's got a pretty hefty handle bias to it, but it still flows really, really well. This is probably my favorite thing in the whole pack. I really like the Kraken V3, don't get me wrong. But if I were to choose between the two to actually purchase one, I think this sits a little bit higher on my list than the Kraken V3 does. Although the Kraken V3 has been growing on me since I've continued to flip it. And I also have yet to try the zippy inserts in this thing yet. So we'll see how that changes as time goes on. But yeah. I really like the Prime. Tap test for the Prime. This unit has no tap. At least the last time that I checked. It's got nothing. It has a very slight amount of tap. If you really do it like this, you might be able to hear just like a tiny bit of tap, but there's nothing when you shake it left and right. So the tune on that thing is really good. Ted, I'll be honest. If I didn't buy the Cycloid V2, I would have considered buying that thing off of you. Well, two things would have had to happen. If I didn't buy the Cycloid V2 and if I got my payment, I'm still waiting on the next payments from Blade Bias to come in, which hopefully should be soon because, you know, April or March just ended. If those came through and I didn't buy the Cycloid, I would have very, very, very heavily considered buying that off of you. I like your hat. Thank you. What up, Brave? Sorry you didn't like the Cycloid V2? Wait, who? You talking to me, Shameful? If you think I don't like the Cycloid V2, then you didn't get the right message from what I was saying. If I enjoy the Prysma without the handle hardware, but I don't know how square... If I enjoy the balance of the Prysma without the handle hardware... Oh, I see. But I don't like how square the handles are. Do you know of anything else I might enjoy? The Vortex. Yeah, the Vortex, for sure. The Vortex is a similar balance and is much more rounded handles. What up, Brandon? For the second time. I don't know how someone could think you didn't like the Cycloid V2 after your Blade Bias video. I was much more enthusiastic in that video than I thought I was. Because I went back and it's so strange. I was way more excited about actually flipping the Edit Lite when I started flipping it. And yet, if you go back to that video, it doesn't sound like it. Probably because it was 9:30 after classes, and I recorded this at like 3 in the afternoon. But not completely satisfied? No, I'm completely satisfied with the Cycloid V2. This is my third favorite plastic trainer. I definitely recommend it. It's just not my favorite. You know what I mean? No, I genuinely don't. I'm sorry. I really do like... I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy to have spent $90 on it. I think that's what I paid for it. I am incredibly happy to own it. I won't be selling it anytime soon. And it sits third currently in my plastic Balisong tier list. Maybe the Calico is above it. I have to flip a Calico and it right next to each other, but I have an Opus trainer and the balance seems a bit odd. Is it likely due to the long blade? It is likely due to the long nature of the Opus, yeah. What is that, Arctic? I have a feeling I'm going to be doing this a lot this stream. Custom Live Arctic. Pretty cool. I already talked about it earlier in the stream if you want to hear about it. I'm gonna be honest, boys. These things, I bought these earlier today. These things have been staring me in the face all day. I am in love with these fucking stupid Breaking Bad popcorners. They're so good. Oh my god, they're so good. It's the one time that marketing in the Super Bowl has actually worked on me and made me want to try a product. But goddamn, they're actually good. They're really good. Yeah, Brandon. I was worried about people being like below the rock face. It could have easily been like a hiking path below that, and then suddenly there's a knife falling from the sky. Uh-oh. They partnered. Yeah, so for the Super Bowl, they had everyone in Breaking Bad reprise their roles. So there was Walter White, Jesse, Turo, and they did an ad where they pretended that instead of dealing drugs, they were dealing popcorners. It was a fantastic ad. It was amazing. 10 out of 10 ad. And the product is really good too, so. Ty, have you had the popcorner? Have you had popcorners themselves though? My favorite, Ted, you said you like sea salt and kettle corn. Kettle corn's good. My two favorites are Tuco. I don't watch Breaking Bad. I'm going to make that perfectly clear. I've never watched it and I don't really care about it. But I thought, I don't know. Turo, Tuco. Is Turo an actual word in Spanish, and that's why I thought? Yeah, Turo is an actual word. Yeah. White cheddar and cinnamon. That's what I was just going to say, Farbos. I have white cheddar, and I have cinnamon over there. Those are my two favorites. They're so good. I love it. White cheddar is so good. Cinnamon is really good too. Cinnamon is mid? You just said cinnamon was your favorite one. I want to try the chili ones. I think I'm going to get a bag of chili next time I go to the store. But cinnamon, I love the cinnamon because they have like the buttery of popcorn. Oh, salt. Wait, which one's mid? Salt is mid or cinnamon is mid? Brandon, I'm excited. I'm excited. How about the Mako in the thumbnail? Once again, I've talked about all these so far, but here's the... Salt is mid. Yeah, I agree. I don't think salt sounds like a very good... Where? If you go back like 20 minutes, probably. If there's anything specific you want to know about each of them, though, let me know and I'll answer. Brand corn. Okay, salt is mid. Yeah, cinnamon has like the butteriness of popcorn, but then like the cinnamony sweet nature. It's so good. Breaking Bad's a must-watch. I've heard it's a must-watch. I've heard it's a fantastic show. My dad, I think, watched it and he really liked it. I'm just not a show guy. I don't have the time to sit down and watch a 3-season show or however many seasons there are. Yeah, there's no Loctite on Machine Wise products, thankfully enough. Although they do torque the shit out of the screws. Or no, I'm thinking of LDY. I really do. I do wish Squid would stop like Loctiting their shit. I really do. Speaking of Squid, I saw a bunch of people asking earlier. I didn't have the answer, so I didn't say anything, but did anyone actually like order a Squiddy CCC? Because people were actually paying shipping for something and they went out of stock. So I assume anyone who ordered a Squiddy CCC is going to get something in the mail? Maybe? Does anyone in chat have an order for them? Because I want to know if you actually got like a tracking number or anything. Because I would love to know what actually comes in the... Such a weird choice to use Loctite with products that are meant to be user surfaceable. Exactly. Exactly. Because freaking... Oh, the box. It would be really funny to get a box and bag in the mail. That could be it. That could be it, actually. A really good example of that, though, Remshi, is freaking LDY. LDY is over here saying, oh, yeah, we, like, torque our T10 screws so hard because we don't recommend that you take them apart. LDY. If you don't want your users to take apart the Balisong, why the fuck do you include a trainer blade in the box? Is that just supposed to be for show? Or what's... You don't want us to take apart your Balisong. What am I supposed to do with the trainer blade then? Do I just shove it up my ass and forget about it? What's the deal? What do you expect us to do with it? Hey, don't take apart your thing, but here's a thing that you have to take apart the thing in order to use. It's kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of dumb. Eat the trainer blade, see the larger picture. Is that how you escape the Matrix? Do I escape the Matrix by eating the trainer blade? First Bally was a Kraken. I had to send it back in a week ago. I didn't realize the handles... I didn't squeeze the handles and it stripped. Hello, Ty. I'm saying hello again because... I don't know. The trainer blades taste better than popcorners. Maybe. It's a good Balisong to ask for my birthday. Hello, Mario. I love that video. Hello, little stylist. Hello, Mario. It's a good Balisong to ask for your birthday. I'm going to assume that you don't want to ask for something that's like $300, but you also want to ask for something that's easy enough to get by an average adult without having to worry about getting in on a drop in the first 10 seconds. I'd go with a plastic Balisong of some sort. Maybe a Calico, maybe an Edit, because you can order them whenever you want, I think. A Cycloid V2, maybe like a Mako. If you have like a huge budget to ask for, you could go for something like a Squid Trainer or a Kraken. But don't ask for something like asking for like a Prysma is going to be kind of dumb, because then the person who's getting the gift for you has to worry about like being exactly where the drop happens, exactly when it happens, and you don't want to deal with that. I asked my parents for a glider Bally in the Christmas that I got into the community, but I specifically was like, listen, just let me order it myself. I'll order it myself, and then when it gets here, you just do whatever you do with it, but I'll take care of it. So unless you're willing to do that, stick to like Squid Industries or like a plastic Balisong that's always available or something like that. Prysma's still in stock right now, is it? I mean, historically, the Prysma has been a very difficult to come by Balisong. So, oh yeah, it is still. It is still in stock. Blem Triton is a banger cheap Bally. That's a good option. I'm just kind of on the Triton, you know. Polaris review? No. I had a guy, it was interesting. I had a guy in my Instagram DMs. This guy, I swore, was like the marketing department for Balisong flipping. This dude wrote me an essay, a college grade essay on what made the Polaris unique and why I should review it. And I respected the effort. Like, for a second, I was like, maybe I should. And then I realized it's a Polaris. It doesn't offer anything that would be worthy of taking the time to review. Sorry, man. Thanks for the offer. I'm not interested. But I do respect that guy. Oh, that was you. Listen, I respect the grind, horse. It's just the Polaris is just not interesting to me in any way, shape, or form. I wanted to make a semblance of an argument for why the knife is interesting. I respect it. I really do. Like I said. What were you talking about? I should have asked you this in DMs. What were you talking about with like the channel going down the side or whatever? You were talking about something, how the channel is like milled in the side of it. That made it like super unique. I wasn't totally clear on what you were talking about. I went to the pictures and I couldn't see anything too crazy. So maybe now that I have you here, you can elaborate on that. The side is concave. So it's like the Triton, where it has the line down the side. Your favorite butterfly knife would be this right here. Fellowship Blades and Pusa. Categorically my favorite thing to flip right now. More so than the Triton, but like similar. Triton just has a line, it's super different. Interesting. I guess I've never seen the side of a Polaris, so I don't really know what's up with that. But yeah, the Polaris just like to get it in and then have to worry about shipping it back and then making a vid. I just really, I don't care that much. I have a mild Squishmallow collection myself. Usually when someone says they have a mild Squishmallow collection, there is an entire corner of their room that is dedicated to stacking up Squishmallows as high as they can go. What is a Polaris, Nathaniel? It's Balisong flipping made a Balisong, and it's that. I don't think there's an Insta page for it. If you look up Balisong Flipping's website, you can dig through his dogshit website to try and find it. But yeah, the Polaris. Because here's the thing. It would be one thing to buy it, review it, and sell it. But the problem is, as someone mentioned in chat earlier, no one wants them. So if I bought a Polaris, I would be pretty stuck with it for the rest of my life. And I just don't want that. It is revolutionary though. This is why I'm so confused. What's so revolutionary about it? My Nemesis has a line down the side that provides grip. I'm just having a hard time understanding what's revolutionary about putting a hole in the side of the Balisong. It's a completely unique way to do it. This is why I'm so interested. You talk about it like it's you talk about it like it's crazy. So I'm wondering why I haven't seen anything about it. Wait, did Denden review the Polaris? That's a video that I would have watched if I saw it. Ted offered me his Nemesis to try. I think he did that. He did that in Ty's stream, didn't he? Den shouted out Blade Bias the other day, so I thought that was funny. Because Den I've always seen as being in his own little world, so I didn't even know that he was, you know, like on our tail. Firestone. At Firestone. Den reviewed it and said Balisong flipping isn't a bad guy and he's actually friends with him. I mean, yeah, for sure. Whatever you want. I don't care about the Bally. I just want to see the... I just have a hard time understanding why this is like revolutionary. I mean, my Arctic has a long cutout down the side of the handle too. It looks cool, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it provides a lot of grip. But how much of that take has to do with the actual Polaris versus an intense dislike? I don't have an intense dislike for Balisong flipping, despite what people think. If I had an intense, don't think revolutionary in a mind-blowing, exaggerated way. But that's kind of like revolutionary means like industry changing. It's going to change the way that things are done, hence the mind-blowing part. You know? It's a strong word. So when someone says that, it's like, wait, who did... Oh my gosh, I just had a heart attack. I was like, who did I just time out? The right guy. Actually, was it the right guy? Yeah, it was the right guy. I'm meaning it in a sense that hasn't been done before. So it's innovative. Is that the right word? Is that the word I'm going for? Chat, help me out here. Is that not also revolutionary? No. No. I don't mean to have a semantic argument. I'm just trying to help get across my confusion on the point. Because, you know, communication. Communication is important. Unique, it's doing something that nothing else is. Sure. I'll give it to you. It looks cool. Later, Shameful. Have a good one. It looks cool. I just don't care. So yeah, respect to you for like writing an essay arguing it for it though. I legitimately do respect that. I'm not like being facetious in any way, shape, or form. To me, this is just another. It's just another aluminum Balisong. If you wanted a sort of speed channel but didn't want it to feel like a sandwich valley, I guess. Yeah, I mean, sure. It's a decent Balisong, but I'm sitting here. I haven't reviewed the Prysma yet because I have nothing to say about the Prysma. It's not interesting. I can give you some insight on that horse running. It's not interesting for two reasons. One is that it's way too expensive. It does not look like a Balisong that I'm going to pay $180 for. And two, we're talking about a Balisong that has no secondhand market resale value, and also a Balisong that I wouldn't keep in my collection. I'm willing to give it out. I've offered pass around. It's also not worth dealing with shipping. I don't like dealing with shipping at all. The only reason I have these in my possession is because I really, really wanted to try the Kraken Trainer V3. That is it. I hate being responsible for anyone else's personal Balisongs. I've had 5 pass around Ballies in my life, and 4 of them are sitting right next to me. So it's not a Polaris thing. I just don't really do pass arounds. But yeah, no one else wants it. Who else did you contact? I mean, I could see why Ty doesn't want it, because Ty isn't really doing Valley reviews right now, and he's got a lot to cover anyway. I basically shoved the other 3 into his hands. True, I had no interest in the other 3. I'm glad you did, because the Prime is actually really good, but that is true. Reach out to a couple Insta people. Gotcha. It's just nothing I could provide. Nothing I could provide. Prime does seem good, don't get me wrong, but it just reminds me of a rep. Maybe that's why I like it so much, because I've never tried a rep. Well, I've tried a rep, but I've never had extended experience with a rep, I should say. So it is still a little bit exciting to me, at least. But I can see why you wouldn't be interested in it. I just like the look of the trainer blade, to be honest. The fact that there's a Bowie trainer blade that looks like that is pretty cool. Because the rest of my collection, Vulp excluded, is all Tonto stuff. The one thing I should say, well, you guys will hear my opinions tomorrow, I guess, but the one thing I will say about the Polaris, not the Polaris, fuck, the Prime, is that it feels way heavier than it is. It's like 4 ounces, but it feels heavier than my Impusa and my Nemesis, which are both like 4.3 ounces, so that's a bit weird. Prime G10 feels better. The G10 feels very good. I will say that. It's the one G10 Bally I've tried that I actually like to hold. Yeah, there's a lot of ass weight in the Prime. Which is weird, because, like, usually I don't like Bally's with a shit ton of ass weight that are very, like, not distributed very well. But there's just something about how it flips. I don't know, man. That and the Cygnus are the 2 I've liked. Oh, yeah, the Cygnus. The Cygnus is one that I'm very interested in seeing how the G10 handles itself. Very, very interested. Prime would be an interesting one for Zippy to mod. Maybe. I don't even... It's like... It's a pretty heavy handle bias. I don't know if plastic... I mean, I guess it's tungsten. It's a very, very dense metal. So, it's not like it wouldn't help. But I don't know if you could get it to the point where Zippy would probably want it. But a Nexus? What's the Nexus? What is the Nexus again? I've heard of the Nexus before. Revo. Yeah, I hate the Revo. I hate the Nexus. I fucking hate that thing. It is big, it is bulky, it is uncomfortable, and it is way too handle biased for my liking. I remember walking away from Revo's booth at Blade Show and thinking, wow, that's the one Balisong I have tried this weekend that I just didn't like at all. Ugh, I'm just not a fan of it. Superlube trainer is actually super good. I used to give the aluminum or the bare bones a lot of shit because it's ugly. I was not a fan. Yeah, because you can't do a fan on the Nexus. The Nexus is not a fan either. too handle biased to be a fan. But yeah, I gave a lot of shit to the bare bones. I still don't think it's amazing by any means, but it flips pretty good. It flips pretty good. I could see why people like it. I still think it's ugly as sin, and I hate it for no good reason. Have you guys ever seen the it's sort of, the only way I can describe it is this. Have you guys ever seen a Buick Encore? Revo Nexus, yeah, I got you, Ty. This is yeah, so this is a Buick Encore. It's a perfectly fine car. Like there's not much wrong with it. Please, can my tabs just work today? There's not much wrong with it. But I hate every fiber of this thing's being, and I don't know why. That's how I feel about the bare bones. I feel the exact same way. I don't have a good reason to hate it, but I hate it with every fiber of my being. And I can't explain it. I don't know if it's the looks. I don't know if it's the fact that it's a Buick. I don't know if it's the fact that it's driven by 45-year-old Karens who don't know how to drive. I don't know. But I hate it. Every single part of the Buick Encore. There's no redeemable quality in it for me personally. And I feel the same way about the bare bones. Not the Buick Encore. Wait, Ted, what's your dream car? Also, oh, that's why you can see so much on this screen, because I turned off my overlay for Rocket Ramble. There we go. I come in and I see car. How did this derail? I was talking about a car that I hate, just like for no reason. An Audi TT Quattro? Oh, the Quattro is cool, though. Okay, I lied. It's not cool. Huh. You said 2010 specifically. I wouldn't say it's cool, but I wouldn't say it's bad looking either. It's like if a Volkswagen Beetle had a child with a Audi R8. It's not. I don't hate it. Nissan Juke has the ugliest headlights I've ever seen. This is where my car credentials drop into the fucking Grand Canyon. Because I legitimately would love to own a Nissan Juke because I love the little things. They're so ugly that you can't help but love them. It's like those little dogs with the pushed in noses. They're so ugly that you can't help but love them. That's how I feel about the Nissan Juke. Like, look at this dude. He's trying his best. He's so ugly that I can't help but love him. I will say the new Jukes look stupid. This kind of looks dumb. But the old Jukes are they're just little dudes. They're just little dudes. What's the... Pontiac Aztec. I hate the Pontiac Aztec. Here's another possible hot take. Here's another possible car hot take. I love this thing. I don't know why I love this thing, but I love this thing. The Toyota sporty looking SUV kind of goes really hard. And I will not apologize for that take. I will not apologize for that take. It has a mad face, for real, for real. Why are we talking about cars? Where did we go wrong, chat? You have questionable taste in cars? I'm not a car guy. I'm not a car guy. I just like to drive unique cars. If the car I'm driving is unique, I'm happy. Which is interesting because I certainly don't drive a unique car right now, but oh well. My taste in cars, like, that I would actually buy is probably a lot more normal to people. Like, when I get older, I'm probably gonna buy a fucking, I don't know, electric. Actually, forget I said anything. I don't want to start the electric debate. Let's just bail out before we even get there. Not a Chevy Volt. Not the Chevy Volk. Oh boy. It went wrong when... Yeah, it is my fault. For once, I will accept the blame of the derailing. My fault. My bad. But, in my defense, it was the perfect way to describe why I don't like the bare bones. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Here's what I want to know, chat. When's the next Telestro video game stream? That's what I want to know. You guys in chat want to know that too? I kind of want to know that. You guys want to know that? If you weren't there, then you can't want to know that because you slept on Ty's streams, and that's not what happens. You're not allowed to sleep on Ty's streams. When's the next Camaro East? It's a great question. It's a great question, Brandon. I got too you got too truthful in that stream? Did you? I only remember one very specific part, but it got cleared up pretty quickly, so. Oh yeah, Bimby being called a Walmart greeter. It was kind of unhinged. It was like the one time that I went on Pyro's stream. Imagine something like the Pyro stream after all this shit that's happened in the Balisong community this week. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're talking about cars as a way to explain your bizarre appreciation of the wrong Balisongs. Yes, thank you, Steven. You're... Ted, I was giving you the out, okay? I was giving you the out. You didn't have to take it. I mean, well, no, you did have to take it, but I was giving it to you so that you could take it. Finally was able to get into Calico in time. Congrats, ESM. What? Oh no, I forgot about James Hill. Why do you guys do this? Why do you guys do this to me? What color did you get of your... I would really love to know what color you got of your Calico. That's what I want to know right now. I want to know right now what colors you got for your Calico. Also, I can't believe Tay is actually selling these things. It's so funny. I thought this was a full-on April Fool's joke, but no, he's actually selling them, which is so funny. White blade with pink and blue handles. Hey, you got the trans flag. Ty is the model 100%. No, his girlfriend is actually the model. So, you know. With a hoodie? Yeah. I think so, at least. This is new, another stream. Oh my god, Snake is back. Welcome back, Snake. It's not new. There was a stream before this. But welcome back. I subscribed. You did. You did. Everyone was asking. I'm not kidding. Hand over my heart. Truthfully saying that people legitimately asked about you last stream. They were like, hey, did Snake ever come back? Face reveal at 3K? You ever plan to do a face reveal? Guys, it's the 3rd. It's April 3rd. You do realize there's no jokes anymore. It's April 3rd. 2nd? Well, for me it's April 3rd. So you obviously have to abide by my time. Cuz everything revolves around me. I can't even say that with a straight face. April 1st is the joke. Full face reveal, not hiding it with glasses or anything. Not hiding it. Not hiding it with glasses, huh? So no jokes after April 1st? No, they're actually banned. So if you joke after April 1st, you get sent to the gulag. April Fool's this year was so good. Who needs a face reveal when we can have a hair reveal? Not happening. No. I think you can tell everything you need to know just from seeing the little bit sticking out in the back of my neck. Yeah, everyone seriously popped off for April Fools. It was amazing to wake up to so much shit. I mean, I saw Squid. To Squid's credit, they posted that shit like half an hour after, like 12:30. It was up. Because I was up playing Valorant with a group of friends at like 12:30, and Squid uploaded. And in my mind, I was like, it's not April Fool's yet. And they were like, the new Squiddy model. And I was like, huh? And then I clicked and I realized, oh, it's technically April 1st, so that's fun. You can tell it's bad because you have a hat on. Listen, the hat is because I actually really like wearing beanies. It's also partially because my hair is really bad right now, but we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about that. It's not important. It's not important, okay? It's not important. I kind of passed out on April Fools. No, you made the biggest April Fools of all, Mina. You left a comment on Blade Bias that didn't say Slade. I got my Squiddy CCC in the mail today. Wait, Preeg, did you actually pay? Did you actually pay the $5 shipping? Did you actually get the package in the mail? Or are you just joking about getting a Squiddy CCC because no one can technically fact check that? I have a Squiddy CCC right here. What are the little animal mutant things? What? Snake? In Valorant? Or just in general? What up, Max? What are you referring to? The Squiddy CCC is empty pet. They send a box in a pouch. You actually get a box in a pouch? Well, shit. If I would have known that, I would have actually ordered it, because having a box and a pouch would have legitimately been useful for selling old Balisongs. Oh, the two things on the side of the screen, what are they? They're my mascots. This is Marty. And oh yeah, because last time you couldn't see any of them because they were all here instead of at my house. And you can see Dex right there. The one over here is Dex, and he's at the foot of my bed. And then this is Arctic. but I don't have any art for Arctic on the stream. I have art for Arctic, but not on the stream. I was thinking about possibly... I was thinking a long, long time ago about possibly doing Arctic down here. Not that big though, obviously. I was thinking about having her peek up in the middle here. But unfortunately, she's pretty big. It would take up a lot of the middle space. And I don't really want to do the corners because that would just look weird. Like, this just kind of looks weird to me. At the foot of my bed, my brother in Christ, he's in the abyss. He's not in the abyss. He's not. That looks fine. Well, either way, she's right there. So, like, we don't really need an Arctic overlay. Put it over the real Arctic. Okay, so oh shit. Oh shit, the whole stream, it's all coming apart. I'll put it over the real Arctic. There we go. There. Happy. Arctic clone. Now you need a fourth? Get the platypus? I can't get another squish. I am a do I even want to say this? Who fucking cares? I am a straight white man. I can't be caught on the internet saying that I have more than 3 squishmallows. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? When are they going to make a live blade Kraken? One of life's great questions, Brandon. Bah, earlier in the stream. Small niche community that is toxic but has some good places. Fair. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. The platypus is pleading. What's the name of the platypus? Do you know? Why does 3 make an acceptable limit? Because I only have room for 3. I don't know where I would put a 4th one. The here's the 4th mascot right here. It's Lantern. You guys remember Lantern from the spring break streams? Or no, the Christmas break stream, sorry. This is the 4th mascot. Lantern. I just don't use him as often because I don't want to get sued by Nintendo. A girl want to see my squishmallows. It is the way into a woman's heart. We got to bring a 4th squishmallow to Blade Show East for Ethan. People, this was legitimately a thing that people talked about doing last year, Glasses. And I told them not to because how am I going to take it home? Do you understand how big these fuckers are? How am I supposed to put this in a suitcase with the rest of my stuff and put it on a plane? His name is Santino. No, Brandon, please no. Please no. Please no. Okay, the platypus is actually adorable. What the fuck? Look at him. Look at it. Look at this goofy he's actually kind of cute. I actually kind of love him. I'm not getting him though, so don't even start. Don't even think about it. Are the Squiddy CCCs still there? No, they got sold out. You pay $5 of shipping, and you get something in the mail. Don't dot me, Snake. Don't do it. Looks like a little turd. Be nice to my boy Santino. Oh, actually, you know what? I might legitimately buy one more Squishmallow because Can I show this? Is this gonna dox me in any way? I don't think so. Yeah, because they made Snorlax into a Squishmallow. How am I? You expect me not to get that if I see it in the stores? Because, like, you're kidding yourself. It's fucking Snorlax. That's so hype. It's so hype. I don't care what anyone says. Is there a squid Squishmallow? I think there is. Yeah. Jazwares or Sky. Sky's cool. Sky's jet. It's jet colors. Or you could get a cat. If you had to eat one Balisong, what would it be? If I had to eat one. I would make a new one out of popcorners and toothpicks and then eat that. Fuck you. I can do whatever I want. All your problems. All your problems? I drop a snore. Head. No, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. Sorry, I had something caught in my throat. It's not funny. Eating Balisongs reminds me of what you called Balisongs in Ty's gaming. Would you trade your V card for a DLC Nami? I don't know what's worse, the fact that you asked that in the first place, or the fact that I'm actually sitting here considering what would I do in that situation. I would trade my left nutsack for a $100 Balisong. Not with me. I figured not with you. Squiddy D. That's a sex thing, it has to be. I'm not even going to try to figure it out, though, because I don't think I genuinely could. I had an idea, but then I realized there was a letter missing. Yeah, Ted, that's what I was thinking, but... You know what else I'm... You know what else I'm going, Goblin? Yep, there it is. There it is. Much, much, much more so an inside joke thing. I think I would need that one explained to me. Which I don't want it explained to me, to be perfectly honest with you, so we can just leave it there. We can just leave it there. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. If I were to eat a Bally, it would be that really bendy clear one. Really? The pony? The pony would go hard. I would sell my arms for all variations of every squid Balisong. The tater song. Low battery, please recharge headset. These headphones have been dying way, way quicker nowadays. I don't know what's going on. Although, I think the last time I charged them was like a week ago, so. Sony L? Absolutely not. These things are a gigantic Sony W. I love these things so much. I don't care. Someone in chat is about to tell me all the awful shit that Sony has done. I'm separating the art from the artist, boy. I love these headphones. The Sony lady voice in my head. Low battery. Please recharge headset. 90% bass? That's why there's an EQ. Sony. There's an EQ setting. I dropped the bass like 70% on these things. Actual true. Speaking of which, I just ordered XM5s. Ooh, for sure, Beaver. You're definitely going to want to experiment with EQing them, though, because Sony's out of the box are so bass heavy that they're fucked. It's just rumbling bass on anything. How in-depth is the EQ? In-depth enough to make them sound like competent headphones. I think there's 8 bars that you can move around, so it's not the craziest EQ, but you have a pretty... You're good, Snake. I think it's either 6 or 8, but it's way more than like 4. It's enough to granularly change the amount of bass and all that. My friend just bought what's their new like budget headphones? Sony the CH720Ns. My friend just bought a pair of CH720Ns. They're pretty bass heavy. The noise canceling isn't great, but they actually sound really good. I think they sound better than my XM4s. So that's pretty cool. If he hasn't banned me, there's no limit. Oh, there's a limit to how far you can go. That limit is outside of the realm of jokes. Also, Ted, I have your Balisongs, so I can't exactly ban you because then it looks like I'm just going to run away with them and then I'll get canceled, so. How do these people know so much about headphones? What do you mean, these people? Do you see Balisong nerds as just subhuman who can't have interests or knowledge about any other things in life? Got him. What did you actually mean? That's not what I meant. It's halfway true. Hey, self-report. We got to self-report the chat. Take him away, boys. There's no entertainment in the stream without me here. I'll get up. You want to sit in this spot, Ted? Feel free. If you got $1,000 every time you hit a button, but also some random guy gets ball cancer? Ball cancer. Ball cancer? The cancer that afflicts the balls. Kyle, what are you on tonight? Wait, M5, what is it? Bro, Pros bashing the Audio-Technica M50s? Damn, bro. Damn, I'm saying that like I have any idea what they're like. I don't know what they're like. My favorite headphones that I've ever tried, not ever tried because I've tried really expensive headphones, but like that I could actually afford, are the Bear Dynamics DT990 Pros. Ty had a set of those, and they sounded pretty nice. I had another friend who had Sennheiser HD6XXs, and I liked the 990s way more than the 6XXs. There's audiophiles, and then there's yeah, these sound good guys. I am a yeah, these sound good guy. I can understand what makes headphones sound good, but once we get above a certain level, I don't really care. I'm running around with Sony XM4s and Galaxy Bud Pros as my daily audio device listeners. I wouldn't call myself an audiophile. Isn't that what Brandon has? 6XXs? I think so. Brandon, you have 6XXs, right? They're not bad. Don't get me wrong. Like 6XXs are amazing headphones. I just preferred the sound profile of the 990s a little bit more. Galaxy Bud Pro do go hard though. Yes, they do. I fucking love these things so much. They're so good. I don't care what anyone says. I love them. The only time I've ever heard like a really crazy, I mean, I tried the oh shoot, what was it? I went to the crazy audio store with Will and Brandon at Blade Show, and I tried the ones, the fuck were they called? Dank Pods has reviewed them. They're like maple, and then they like branch out into like gold. There's like a gold circle on the end, and then they're like maple wood going up them. I really like those. There were also some really cool other headphones that I tried there, but I mainly remember the ones with the wood on the side. I forget, you know the ones I'm talking about because they're so iconic, but I don't remember what the name of them are. Maple headphones? If I just look that up, does that? No, it brings up the Meze Empyreans. That's not what I'm looking for. Wood and gold headphones. There they are. The Meze 99 Classics. These things. I really liked these when I tried them. I liked some of the other headphones that I tried at the audio store, but I don't remember what they were called, to be completely honest with you. These are the only ones I remember. Yeah, it was Hi-Fi Buys. Hi-Fi Buys. I don't remember the names of some of the stuff that I tried. I only remember these. I think my actual favorite headphones I've ever tried were at Will's audio setup. Will has headphones that he let us try, and they sounded amazing. But I don't remember what they were called. Whoops. I am going to buy nice headphones one day. One day when I just have disgusting amounts of disposable income, I'm going to buy like a $500 set of headphones. I know that's not crazy, but relax. Hi-fi bias? No, I'm not that much of an audiophile. Will has like 4 absolutely mind-blowing pairs of headphones. Ty and I tried 2 while we were there. One of them was like the square ones. And then the other ones were like, I don't remember. But one of those I remember really liking. Not to say the other one was bad. I just preferred the other one. The Moondrop Arias. Aren't those pretty... Are those pretty cheap? Yeah, they're only 80 bucks. I hate the look of them. I can't lie to you. Yeah, the electrostatic pairs. I do recognize that. The uglier headphones are, the better they sound. So true. Unless it's earbuds, because the cooler looking earbuds usually sound the best. I'm going to be honest with you, as far as earbuds go, I really just kind of want my ZEX Pros back. But they broke so easily, I don't really want to buy another pair of them. But like, they sounded pretty good. And they were so much better to stream with than these things. Tay had a bunch of people over at his house and they got to try the Cali Pro. Ooh, people got to try the Cali Pro? I saw that he did a huge meetup, but I never thought to check if the Cali Pro was a part of that. I think beta testing for that thing is going to start fairly soon. Yeah, I do really want a nice set of over-ears, because my nicest set of over-ears is these, the XM4s, and they're more like an everyday set of headphones rather than a sit down and listen to music set of headphones. I would really like a nice pair of over-ears that are just sit down and listen to music kind of headphones, which hopefully I'll be able to buy this summer. I think I have been applying to co-ops like crazy lately. So if I manage to land them, I think I'll have the money to not only buy Balisongs that I run a review, but also to buy some headphones. Because I definitely am going to set aside some spending money to buy some headphones. Sennheiser HD. I've tried the 6XX's Remshi. I'm just not a fan of their sound signature. I'm not looking for analytical sound. I'm looking for a little bit more fun sound. So I kind of like when you have like a bit more bass or a bit more of like the mid-tier. Actually, I don't really remember the sound profile that I like. But I know that the 6XXs were just too kind of cold for my taste. That's why I liked the DT 990s that Ty had, because they're a bit more warm as far as I remember. So I don't think I would actually buy a set of 6XXs. I really like the look of them. I think like the marbling kind of thing that they do is super cool. But as far as I remember trying them and not being like blown away by them for the price. Oh no, they're only 250 bucks. Never mind. They're pretty good for the price. If you like the KZ look and feel, the Blessing 3 is one of the best choices. Blessing 3. Oh shit. They look really cool actually. How much are they though? Oh jeez, like $300. Ooh. Here's my problem with headphones. They're both really quite bassy. Really? I had a friend who had, maybe it was 58Xs, actually. It was one of the X lineups. It was the one that Massdrop did of the Sennheiser one. And I remember trying them and just being like super meh on them. Like I put them on, I listened to them for a few minutes and I was just like, eh. You could probably get close to what you want with the XM4s if you use an in-depth EQ. These have a community recommended EQ for like the best sound as far as I remember. The Jubilees. Okay, maybe that's what I tried. Maybe I didn't try the 6XXs. Maybe I'm getting those mixed up. But the XM4s, even with the EQ, are never going to get to the sound quality that I'm sort of looking for when I'm talking about a fun sit down and listen to music headphones. Because not only would they need to be open back, but they would need to be, they just need to have more detail to them, and Sony isn't exactly known for like their detail. 580X, I believe, are more neutral analytical than 6XX, which are warmer. That's probably it then. That's probably it. Because I was in a headphone phase where I tried a bunch of headphones, mostly like earbuds and stuff. I remember trying like a lot of the Sony stuff, the Sony Buds, the Sony Buds Plus, the Sony Buds, Galaxy Buds Pro, and then Ty's DT headphones, and then the 5.8Xs, I guess. And the 5.8Xs were just like, I was stoked to try them. I put them on. I was just like, it's good. I wish I remembered more from that era, to be honest, because I tried a lot of headphones that I remember liking a lot, but I don't remember what they were, to be completely honest. And similarly, I wish I remembered more from going to Hi-Fi Buys and listening to Will's setup. Because, like, I remember listening to stuff that I really liked, but I don't remember why I liked it or what they even were. Because, like, with a Balisong, you can say, oh, I like the Prime because it has, like, this really nice handle bias to it, and it's really cool. Hello and goodbye, Ty. If you're more used to consumer gear than anything in the audiophile realm, it's going to sound super weird. No, for sure. I totally agree. But I have tried more audiophile headphones that I liked. So, if that changes anything. But the problem, so here's the problem with me, is that my ears are super weird. And I am extremely, extremely sensitive to high-pitched sounds. So a lot of headphones that people consider good, I will put on and be like, ooh, the high end is just killing me. Like, very fatiguing. I tried there are Corsair gaming headphones. I think the Void Pros, which gaming headphones are notoriously bassy. Put those things on, within an hour I had a headache. And I returned those. What up, Duck? Send 599s. Yeah, the only break-in period... Oh, my lamp died. I was like, what the fuck? The only break-in period with headphones is physically, like the pads or whatever. What do you think about the One Falcon? It used to be good. I don't think it's good anymore. The Falcon has been easily outpaced by basically everything in the sub-$100 price range, especially since I never really liked the Falcon to begin with. Do you watch Critical? I watch a little Critical. I watched his ZEX videos. I watched his videos on those blue sparkly earbuds. And I watched some of his, like, some myth-busting videos that he did. But I'm not like a religious Critical viewer. I just rewatched Up. Like, the Pixar movie Up. That's a great movie. Horrendously sad movie. Oh my god. The first 10 minutes alone are a masterpiece in and of themselves, but they're terribly sad. Horrendously sad. Does anyone... Okay, Remshi, you seem to be a headphone guy. Do you know anything about the earbuds that Critical has worked on? Because those blue sparkly ones, the moon... Not the Moondrop, the... Critical... What was the Zeros? Yeah, the Truth Ear Zeros. Does anyone have any experience with these things? Am I going to dox myself? No, I'm not signed in. Because I'm almost thinking about getting these as a replacement for my KZ ZEX Pros. Because they look cooler. And I've heard they sound a little bit better because they have actually two drivers. Because the Pros didn't really have two drivers, and that was a whole controversy. But I've also heard that these things aren't great and that they have a really sharp high end, which is going to be really tough for me because high end sucks if it's bad. No, fair enough, Ramshi. Fair enough. Because I would like to get these, but... Because I really, like I said, I really like my Pros. My Pros are amazing because they have their own bass driver. And the sound profile on them is really good. It's not too fatiguing on the high end. The lows are pretty balanced. They're just like very... They're fairly... They're not detailed. I wouldn't say they're detailed, but they're pretty good. Also, opening them has stopped my music because it started playing on my phone. Atomic Bomb versus Coughing Baby. Jabra Elite 7s. Aren't those wireless? I don't need any wireless earbuds. I also will never buy from Jabra for reasons that you guys will never know. I don't think Ty's in chat, so there's no one who would even understand that. I don't even know why I said it. Yeah, I'm not looking for wireless earbuds. I'm looking for wired earbuds because on my phone, if I'm listening to music through my phone, I'm going to use these because I don't have a... I'm going to use these because I don't have a... headphone jack. Oh my god, why couldn't I think of that? I don't have a headphone jack on my phone. I'm looking for cheap earbuds specifically to plug into my laptop to stream with or to edit with. You see Squid change some machining with the Tsunami hardware on Prod 7? I haven't. What did they change? What did they do? They just made it less strippable? So is it... Oh, the titanium... So they made the titanium stronger? How did they do that? How did they manage to do that? The Moondrop Ian? Oh, Lan, not Ian. With an L. Ooh, they kind of look cool. What the fuck? And they're $40? Are they durable though? I don't really want to spend less than like $50 because I don't want the stupid things to break again. What the fuck was that? Okay, go off, I guess. I heard the thread pattern is slightly different as well. People have been claiming it's making the tolerances a lot better. Is Prod 7 out? Is that what came at... Is that what came out in Blade Show Texas? Or is Production 7 upcoming? Oh, Blade Show. Okay. I've had not the Ians, the Lands for 3 weeks now. They're fully metal. Oh, are they fully metal? I'm not too concerned about physical durability, I should say. I'm more concerned about cable durability because my ZEX Pros are fine. It's just that the driver in the left died. The bass driver in the left earbud just died. So I only have treble in the left and it sounds terrible. It's not... It's not... The ones that I had, Remshi, the ones that I had were detachable. Let me go get them. I'll show them to you guys. The bass driver just died. Like, you unplug them, plug them into the other side of the cable just to make sure the cable didn't die going up to it. Still dead. And the other one sounded fine on the other one's cable, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Brandon, I've seen Pyro's tsunami. He showed it to me earlier today. That thing is so fucked. I don't know how he did that to a tsunami. These are the ones that I got. They're the Critical, designed in partnership with Critical and KZ. You know, KZ, the company that DankPod sings the praises of. Fully removable cable, fully modular, all that stuff. But the bass driver just died. No bass in the right one. And it's super quiet. What happened to his Nami? He fucking destroyed it. It's got a serrated edge, but not because he made it. Not because he made it have a serrated edge, because it is so beat that it has a serrated edge. The steel is so dented that it basically might as well have a serrated edge. Fostex or EMU Teaks? Okay, I'll have to look into it. Yeah, no, I was questioning that myself, but hey, he bought it. Also, what? People above me, I think, are running around and jumping like it's the middle of the day. Which, like, I don't fucking care, but geez, man. Yeah, he destroyed that tsunami. Which, like, I mean, sure, whatever. It's your knife. But damn, dude. Yeah, I need to replace these. Are your neighbor? No, no. It's very clearly someone walking around, like stomping almost, because I can hear them moving back and forth. It's very, very clearly nothing sus going on up there. In fact, I told that story. It had already been done for like a month. That only happened for like 2 weeks and then nothing since. So poor guy or girl. You see Lucas toured the new factory? I saw that he did that. I just didn't watch it. It's a huge building, though. Like, holy shit. Massive building. Main Rax's alternates, the Sennheiser, Hi-Fi Man, Sundura, the Teaks, the Fostex. Interesting. I'll have to, I mean, I'm not in any financial situation to look at buying anything like that, but yeah, I don't know if you could either, Brandon. That's a giant job. That whole space, like, they've got like a Linus fucking Tech Tips warehouse out there. Aluminum bladed squiddies with Altem handles. The balance on that would be absolutely horrendous. It'd be really bad. Would it be durable? Maybe. Probably not, actually, but it would be really poorly balanced. Would be a very, very poorly balanced. I need to freaking. Would an all titanium knife work? If the swordfish worked, then I see no reason that making an all aluminum knife couldn't work, right? Yeah, someone got a V3 Kraken, which is QC checked by someone named Will H. I saw the same thing. I don't think it was. I think it was in Will's Discord, and he was like, oh, that's cool. Well, probably wasn't him, but... $100, but the Sure... Ooh, Sure. Sure is a name that I know. Sure SE. 215. I mean, I'm fine with going into the $100 range. Ooh, they look really cool. What the fuck? Are they made out of plastic, though? Ain't no way I'm paying $100 for a pair of plastic headphones. Yeah, ain't no way I'm paying $100 for plastic earbuds. Although $100, I could definitely pay $100 because I think by the time I actually upgrade my audio, I think I'm gonna upgrade my audio setup all at once. So I'll get my new streaming and editing earbuds, and then I'll get an over-ear set of headphones at the same time. I'll probably spend around $100 on some earbuds, and then $400 or $500 on a pair of headphones. We'll see, though. We'll see how it goes. And then I'll have these for wearing out and about and being on planes and stuff. And then I'll have these for everything else, which I use these. These and these are the same thing, basically, but I use the earbuds more. Flipping my Not V1 today. Damn, this thing still goes hard. Hey, I'm glad someone out there loves that thing. Kidding. I have been tempted by the knot because it just looks like a gunmetal winter knot looks so cool. But at the same time, it's a knot. I'm not looking to buy a knot. Not looking to buy a knot. Also, it is 1 a.m. and I have to go render the next Blade Bias video and do some homework. So I think I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you guys. We'll do some more streams later on. I'll still cover all the stuff in the Balisong case. Yeah, XM4s in a plane are amazing. I'll still cover all the stuff in the Balisong case. We'll do individual streams. I'll probably use the stuff in the Balisong case as stream titles for the next like week or two. But guitar bias anytime soon? No, you get one. You get the one guitar bias. You got 26 minutes of guitar. You know. Can you like never do that again? Never do what again? What did I do? Brandon, don't. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get going. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully a stream sometime. I think this week should be much less busy than next week was, or than last week was for me, but who knows? We'll see. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night, day, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Flip something good. Make good choices, especially with all the shit going on. And I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys. Peace. I never force my laughs, Ted. All my laughs are 100% guaranteed real.